All right, welcome to another after school special put on by the TIPS team with Edmonton Public Schools. So this week we're going to be talking about one of the free apps that Google has put into place. So you may have heard about Google Expeditions. It's a virtual field trip and VR app aimed at elementary, junior high, high school education. And it has become self-guided. So in the last major update, they've taken the app and made it self-guided, which means that if you have viewers like these, or viewers like these, especially because the new ViewMaster VRs do have headphone bypass so that the kids can use headphones easily. You can start using this free app on iPads or phones, anything you want, both in virtual reality mode with a viewer like this, or just on an iPad in 2D mode. So we'll go ahead and give you a little taste of what it might look like. And to do that, we're just going to head on in here and actually show you. So the Expeditions app is free. It's on iOS and Android, and you can identify it in the top corner here. You can see it as a little icon with a orange arrow. So when we open it, we'll note here at the beginning that we're in Explorer mode. So in the past, if you were doing teacher guided, you would lead using the be a guide feature, and students would follow. And in follow mode now, there's an explorer. That's what the following mode is. You'll now see that they have a button called explore on your own and embark. And what this does is it actually loads the app into the view mode. So when it first loads in on phones, for example, like this, you'll see this is in the stereoscopic view mode. But as you can see here now, the students have the ability to actually self-guide. They can sort by featured. They can actually come in. I'm just going to use this little bottom button in the bottom right corner, which will turn this into window pane mode. And as you can see here now, we can look by featured. We can sort by different categories by clicking, and this can all be done on an iPad. So students can come through here and actually sort by some of these categories. And I'll pick science, and they can actually search and by typing with a virtual keyboard. But for the interest sake, we're just going to pick one here that we already have loaded up, which is the International Space Station. And the difference between this and other expeditions you may have seen in the past, which were teacher-led, is the students have access to these speaking notes and different areas. So as you can see here, there's some notes that they can read. They can also look down here. They can turn those notes off if they would like by clicking with a viewer or their finger when they're in the screen. They can also turn them on. And also what's nice now is if they actually click this button, they'll actually be able to hear this passage read aloud to them. This is something that's new, and that's why the headphones are a nice bit. And I can't pass on that audio to you necessarily here just because the situation we're in, but you can do that. Students can then also head over here and opt to head to different places. So this is all the same content, but now you can use it as a center in a classroom that's self-guided as long as you have a device, the free app, and access to Wi-Fi. So definitely worth taking a look. When they're all done with the section, they can actually back out to scenes. They can head back out to scenes and then back to home. And when they get into home, you'll see here that there's some other types of content that they might want to access. There are feature and in the categories, that's where we have arts and culture, landscapes and science. But just to show you, landscapes or My World Today, these are virtual field trips. Science has a lot of 3D models, much like the world we're looking at in the background here, and also careers, which are sort of like stories about days in the life of various people's careers. So again, you can run that on iPads right now in your schools. It's a great way for students to kind of explore this content. Why, if you'd like to give it a try, just head on over to the iOS store or the Android store and pick up that app. And hopefully you can give this type of virtual content a try.